I've learned a lot about writing and recording video lectures over the past year, and I thought I would share with you what I've learned. If you're trying to figure out how to record a video lecture, I might be able to save you some time and some frustration. I'm Dr. Moore, by the way. I teach great books at St. Thomas University, and in an unexpected turn of events, I now have a YouTube channel. Recording video lectures can be difficult and frustrating and intimidating for a whole host of reasons, but I actually think it can also be fun and potentially opens up a variety of pedagogical possibilities. So if you're frustrated, don't sweat it. We'll figure it out together. I'm here to help. Oh, fuck. Hold on. It'll be fine. So the first thing you need to do is think about structure. We're really talking about time and space. If you're a teacher, for example, you're used to compressing your lecture into a certain amount of class time. If you're an academic or some other kind of writer, you're probably used to writing to a specific word limit. A book chapter, a conference paper, an op-ed needs to be a specific length. Your limit with a video lecture is the attention span of your audience. And this is an important consideration because if they're watching your lecture on a computer or on their phone, and they pretty much have to be. I'm making a Blu-ray. So if they're watching your lecture on their devices, you are competing with Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and texts from the person they have a crush on. You can't compete with that. So you need to structure your lecture or talk with that in mind. You need to keep it short. Less is more. Shorter videos are easier to watch and they're much easier to edit. We'll get to that later. If you have a lot of material to cover, you might want to think about breaking your lecture down into multiple parts. The next thing you need to think about is writing a script. Now, you might not normally work with a script. You might be the sort of person who talks extemporaneously, but that doesn't always translate as well to video. Sometimes when you speak off the cuff or casually, it can be more engaging, but you're more likely to get off track or ramble. Now, there's a delicate balance here because you might not want to stick so rigidly to your script that you're just reading a piece of paper in a monotone voice into a microphone. But you also don't, you don't want to just kind of, ramble and, I was thinking about this the other day. Well, let me start here. You don't want to do that either. It might be helpful if your script is written in bullet form points so that you can still speak normally or casually, but you also have a plan. Okay, let's talk about equipment. I'm filming this with an old Canon Rebel DSLR camera, and I'm talking to you with a new Audio-Technica microphone. For the purpose of a video lecture, I would say the camera and the microphone on your laptop are not very good. They work okay. If you have to use them, it's not the end of the world, but as you can see and hear, the picture quality and the microphone on my laptop are just not as good. So look around your house, ask your friends and family. You might already have a better camera than the one in your laptop. And if you have to invest in something, I would say a microphone is probably the thing you want. But here's the thing, the microphone on my camera itself is actually pretty good. Much better than my laptop, actually. That's what you're hearing right now. The other tool you probably have at your disposal already is your phone. Your phone actually has pretty clear video and pretty crisp audio, and they're getting better and better all of the time. Just pay attention when you're filming to the orientation of your phone. Do you want your picture to appear vertically or do you want it to be horizontal? You'll also want to give some attention to memory and storage on whatever device you're using. Do you have enough space on your phone or in cloud storage, on your hard drive, an external hard drive? Because video files are pretty big. If you're using a camera, you're going to want to buy an SD card. You're going to need some strategy for storing lots of large video files. The other big thing you want to pay attention to is lighting. You can get a pretty decent ring light online for about $30, and that makes a big difference. It's better than just the lights you have in your house. Experiment with different lighting configurations, move lamps around, open and close curtains, try to get the best lighting you can. And if you don't want to mess around with any special lights, you can just record in front of a window like I'm doing right now. Use the natural light. But ideally, you don't want to record with your back to a window because then your face is all covered in shadow. You're also going to want to think about sound and particularly background noise. Listen carefully for air conditioners, traffic, even computer fans. All of these things can make it hard for your audience to hear what you're saying. Next, energy. There are right now a couple of mediating barriers between me and you. This camera, your screen, there's things between us. And because of that distance, I find it's better if I amplify my energy so that you continue to pay attention. If we were just talking over coffee or chatting in the hallway at work, I would speak differently. Hey, how was your weekend? It's pretty hot outside, eh? Oh God, so boring. In person, that level of energy is fine, but over video, you need to level up your energy. If you are a teacher or even a parent, you know you have different kinds of voices for different situations. You have your classroom voice, maybe have your parenting voice. Recording video is the same. You need to up your energy, increase your volume, and enunciate. Next thing edit your video. Now, video editing is super time consuming, and so you have to decide how much you want to do it. If you want to do as little as possible, then write a really good script and stick to it. The better you know your script, like a good actor, the fewer mistakes you will make, the fewer things you will need to edit out of your video. But the more effort, the more time you want to put into your video editing, the more dynamic and concise your video lecture can be. Cutting out all those little ums and ahs, that can be done in about an hour or two. And if this is a video that you plan to use and reuse year over year, then that investment of time might be worth it. If you want to think more about video lectures, about what they can be, what you might be able to do with them, how to make them more dynamic, then you might want to check out this stuff over here. Okay, thank you very much. Talk soon.